The banquet in the sky. The first thing I remember is the sound of tortoise hitting the ground. It was a crack so loud that even people far away stopped what they were doing. I was close enough to see the dust rise, and the sound still sits in my ears today. I didn't know the full story at the beginning. I only knew something terrible had happened above us. Later, the birds told everyone what truly happened in the sky. Before the fall, the sky people had invited all the winged animals to a great feast in the heavens. Only those with wings were meant to go. Eagle, parrot, vulture, swallow, they were all excited. They talked about mountains of food waiting in the clouds. Tortoise was not invited, because he had no wings. But that morning, I saw him smiling in that way he always smiled when he wanted something. He begged the birds to help him travel with them. He talked so sweetly that they agreed. They tied feathers to his shell and lifted him up into the sky. I watched them fly off and thought, this will not end well. The birds later said that the sky kingdom was bright, full of food and music. But before anyone touched a plate, Tortoise acted again. He told the others he wanted a special name for the feast. He chose the name All of You. At the banquet, a sky spirit welcomed them by shouting, "This feast is for all of you." And Tortoise jumped up immediately and said, "That is me. All of you, bring all the food to me first." They said he ate everything placed in front of him. He did not stop. He did not share. His shell stretched like a swollen drum. The other animals sat there, hungry and angry, watching him finish plate after plate. When the sky host stepped away to bring more food, the birds gathered together. They decided they had had enough. They untied their feathers from Tortoise's shell, spread their real wings, and flew back home, leaving him alone in the sky. Hours later, I was outside when Tortoise's voice echoed from above. He was shouting for someone to send a message to his family. He called loudly to the birds below. "My children, go home and tell my wife and children to bring out all the softest things he owns, mattresses, cloth, feathers, and lay them on the ground. Tell them Tortoise is coming home from the sky." The small bird who heard him was Vulture's son. The child flew home and repeated the message exactly the way Tortoise said it. But Vulture changed everything. Vulture told his son, "Go back and tell his family to bring out the hardest things he owns. Stones, broken pots, sharp sticks. Lay them on the ground." The child returned and repeated the changed message. Up in the clouds, Tortoise believed Vulture's son delivered the right message. He thought soft things waited for him on the ground. He crawled to the edge of the cloud, took a deep breath, and jumped. I saw him falling. He spun. He screamed. He hit the ground with a loud crack. His smooth shell shattered into pieces. The pieces were gathered later, but they never fit perfectly again. That is why his shell is cracked even today. We patched him up with tree sap and leaves, and he lived. But he never looked the same. I learned something simple that day. Greed will always catch up. Tricks may work for a moment, but they do not save you in the end. I didn't hear this in a story. I saw it happen. I heard the crack myself.